Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome to Hendy State Park. I'm going to get going, let people trickle in a little bit here, but if you can do me a quick favor, and if you can hear me and see these beautiful trees, will you please use the button in the middle of the bottom of the screen to raise your hand? All right, I see Stephanie's got her hand raised and a couple others. Awesome. That's great. This is a beautiful forest of the coast redwood forest. And today we're going to be exploring a little bit and reading a story. We're going to have a story time with a great book, which I'll introduce in a quick moment here. All right. Turning you around now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. My name is Stephen Yahelko with California State Parks out of the Sonoma-Mendocino Coast District. And I wanted to welcome you all to the first home learning program of our fall semester, where we get to explore lots of different amazing places all throughout California. And here in Hendy State Park, we are part of Northern California in the Sonoma-Mendocino Coast District. Now, we're very happy that you can join us today and view this digitally through right from the comfort of your own home or maybe from your classroom. So we're very excited. Now, you might be taking a look at the tree that's behind me. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of these trees, but this is a coast redwood tree. One of the most amazing trees in the world. These trees grow taller than any other living organism, and throughout history have provided us with many different things as far as lumber, as well as places in order to enjoy these amazing trees, giving our lives a huge perspective, making us feel very small, but giving us the idea that we have unlimited potential. So today we're going to learn about, we're going to tell you a story about the giving tree. It's a beautiful story, and here it is. This is going to be The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And this is a great book because it teaches us about all the gifts that our natural world provides us. And it also kind of gives us an idea that maybe we should reach for sustainable ways of accepting those gifts. So I hope you're very excited. You know, if you can raise your hand and let me know if you're very excited to be here. All right, cool, awesome. And we hope that you are excited because I'm excited to have you here. And we're going to get going now. All right. So The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Okay. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. This book was written for Nikki. All right, a very special person to Shel Silverstein. Okay, now hope you get cozy. You know, sit down, relax. I'm gonna read this story to you, and then afterward we're gonna kind of reflect, and we're gonna take a look at how we may accept these gifts from nature, and how we can do that the right way. All right. Once there was a tree. And she loved a little boy. You can see there's the foot of the little boy. He's coming this year. All right. And every day, the boy would come. And you see him running up. There's a tree. He looks so happy to see the boy. And he would gather all her leaves. See him reaching up. It's almost like she's dropping the leaves for him. And he'd make him into a crown and play King of the Forest. See him looking like a noble king wearing his leaf crown. Oops, skip the page. And he would climb her trunk. See him climbing up. I love climbing trees. And swing from her branches. Oh, you see his shoes down there. He's swinging way up high there. What a brave little boy. And he would eat apples. Yum. You can see him dropping the apples. No, this must be an apple tree. And they would play hide and go seek. You see him hiding behind a rock. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. That's so nice. The trees provide us with so much shade and a nice, comfortable place to sit. And the boy loved the tree. I'm going to give him the tree a hug. Very much. And the tree was happy. Okay. But then time went by. You can see the boy's growing up. And the boy grew older. And the tree was often left alone. And see, there's some initials carved into the base of the tree. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "Well, I am too big to climb," said the boy, "and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. You will have money and you will be happy." And the boy talking to the tree, he looks a lot taller than he used to be. He's all grown up. And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. You see all the apples he's dropping down to sell in the town. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day, the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." Whoa, that boy looks so much older. "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you can cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. You got a lot of branches. We don't see any branches up top anymore. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "Well, I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat? Cut down my trunk and make a boat, said the tree. Then you can sail away and be happy. That boy is all grown up. In fact, he's turning into an older man. The boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. Look at that. He only left a stump behind. Now, after a long time, the boy came back again. I am sorry, boy, said the tree, but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. Well, my teeth are too weak for apples, said the boy. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on from branches, said the boy. And my trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. Well, I'm too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I am sorry, the old man and the tree. The stump is all that's left. Well, I don't need much. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightened herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. And there we see our boy, all grown up, and an old man resting on that stump. The end. Now, that is a beautiful story about a relationship between a boy and a tree. But do you think that that the boy maybe could have done a little bit better to protect the tree? Raise your hand if you think the boy could have done more to protect the tree. Yeah. So the boy had the mistake. He made a crown of all the leaves. He could have gathered the leaves from the ground, say, the leaves that had already fallen off the tree. He went up and climbed up the tree and reached in, grabbed the apples of the tree. Well, it seems that he sold all the apples and left them behind, or sold them to other people, but then didn't leave any apples on the ground to have seeds, so that the forest couldn't regenerate itself. And then he cut off all the branches, and then he cut down the stump. But there's so much more that the boy could have done in order to, say, harvest the tree sustainably. In fact, this story is actually kind of a true story. In fact, back in the day, back in early settlement of California, humans came to, or Europeans came to settle in the area of California, a beautiful state. And they were searching for gold. And everybody who was traveling to the area needed a place to stay, needed to build a house. And they found a tree, a type of tree that was an amazing tree. They had found some of the largest trees in the world, the coast redwood trees, which are taller than anything else in the whole living world. They reach heights of over 350 feet, and they're very large. Just to give you an idea of how large they are, let me stand right next to it. Now, these trees are very, very large, and the early settlers came to California and they saw this tree and they thought, how many houses can we build out of even a single tree? Well, in their early settlement, the drive for lumber to build houses was so great that they came through and early loggers would work time and time again to or for days on end, sometimes up to 3 days, and manually actually fell trees. And it was a big business because the lumber sold for very good money. And through this, they actually cut down almost 95% of the old growth coast redwoods. Now, raise your hand if you think that that was a big mistake. Good. Yeah, it was a big mistake. Though it was necessary in early settlement of California, but there are other ways that we could have sustainably harvest, a thing that we call sustainability, where we can take maybe one tree and leave a good amount of them behind. Now, that's saying maybe one big tree like this one can provide us with lumber in order to build our homes. But the one next to it, let's leave that one behind so that it can grow, so it can grow more seeds. It's something that's so amazing about these trees. One of the reasons why the early lumberjacks thought that these trees would constantly regenerate is because they actually have the ability to stump sprout. I'm going to show you something. Now, typically, redwoods come from a seed, right? Or trees typically come from a seed, right? And the redwoods are no different because they actually come from, this is a cone, right? Not a pine cone, but a redwood cone. And within this cone are up to 25 little tiny redwood seeds. Now, those redwood seeds, given a long time, enough water and enough carbon dioxide to grow and to grow tall like the big tree that's behind me, enough time, enough sunlight, enough water, enough space to grow. Well, these trees could grow taller than anything else in the forest and provide us with lumber to bring, with wood to build our boats, right? But it's not a gift that should be taken irresponsibly, because if you cut all the trees down, there won't be any left, because there's something else that trees give us. Let's all take a deep breath and let it out. See that fresh air that you just breathed? You were breathing oxygen. And when you breathed out, you were breathing out carbon dioxide. The oxygen actually came from the tree, right? Now, redwoods are amazing because they grow and they regrow, like this little tree right here. This is what we call a redwood sprout. And though it may look like a brand new tree, this redwood sprout is actually coming from the larger redwood tree. It has the ability to grow even after, say, if the tree was cut down. Well, it could regrow, because out down here is the roots of the redwood tree, and it can grow new trees right from the root system, just like this one right there. That's actually connected to this one right here. It's amazing. So the early loggers thought, this is amazing. Even if they cut down the tree, then it will grow back. But there's one thing that the lumberjacks did not take in mind. is that while you are seeing these massive trees, it took a very long time for these trees to grow. In fact, the tree that's behind me is about 16 foot in diameter. 16 feet from one side to another. It could take almost maybe 30 people to wrap their arms around this tree, right? But it took that tree over 1,000 years to grow to be so big. So the lumberjacks, unfortunately, didn't realize that while the tree can grow new trees out of the root system, new sprouts, it will take over 1,000 years for this little sprout to grow into something so large. So it's not exactly sustainable. So what I want everybody to do is make a promise to me and to the state parks, because we love our redwood trees. We love our natural spaces. And every little living organism that is out there has a place, has something that it gives, gifts that it gives to us, whether it be just to enjoy it, whether it plays a part in a forest as our forest cycles and changes. Every living thing has a place on this earth and a role to play. So let's be respectful of those gifts that nature gives. Let's not take too much, and let's make sure that we can stand there and protect our trees, just like California state parks. We want to protect our natural spaces. Now raise your hand if you promise to help protect the forest and the trees, the animals in the forest. I hope to see everybody's raised hands. Yeah, lots of you. Amazing. Together, we can protect our forests and make sure that these trees are around for more generations to come, for when you're all grown up and when you have kids, so that they have places like this forest to explore. Now let's take one more look way up at this amazing tree, because the tree gives us so much more in amount of amazement, in wonder, gives animals homes, gives us air to breathe. And these are all important things. Now, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for our first home learning program, Exploring the Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And I hope that this inspires wonder to get outside and go hike from Hendy Woods State Park, from California State Parks. I'm Stephen Yahelka, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye now.